guys, it's Coach Chloe with Carolina Chargers Volleyball Club, and today I'm going to be going over all the basics of how to be a really good line judge. Let's get started. So first thing, which corner are you going to line up on? No matter what, when you are facing the net, you're always going to line up on the left corner. It doesn't matter which side that the R1 is up on, that's how it shakes out every time. Look at your net and line up on the left corner. When you are standing on your corner, we want to make sure we are directly up on the corner, super close, okay? We don't want to be too far back where we can't have a good view of our lines, but we also don't want to be on the corner itself. You might feel like you're a little close to the game, but if there are players coming near you, you can back away and you're supposed to get out of their way for play, but ideally, we need to stand directly up on this corner. Now, you are watching and are responsible for the serving line to that corner and the sideline all the way down to the other side of the court. You are going to make every single call no matter how obvious it is, okay? Everyone knows the ball landed 10 feet inside the court. We're still gonna call it in. Why? Because we are paying attention and we want our R1 to know we are watching and paying attention to the game. There are 6 signals that a line judge will make. Let's go over those. Number 1, in. Number 2, out. Number 3, touch. Number 4, antenna. Number 5, football. And number 6, I didn't see the ball. Ideally, we don't want to be making this signal all the time, but sometimes there's going to be a player in your way and you're really not going to be able to see if the ball landed in or out. Sometimes you're not going to have a flag and you're going to have to just use your hands. So let's go over what those signals look like without a flag. In, out, touch, antenna, foot fault, and I didn't see the ball. Let's talk about your standing position as you're line judging. So this right here is a really good neutral position to be standing in so that you can make quick calls, okay? We don't want to be standing with our arms crossed and kind of relaxed. We want to make sure that we are standing as if we are very focused and paying attention, all right? Every team deserves a good line judge who is paying attention to the game. All right, let's go over when you're going to make each call. So when the ball is in, it has to be inside the court or touching the line. So even if it touches the very outside corner of that line, that ball is considered in. Now, when the ball is out, the ball has to come over the net and land completely out of bounds, okay? And it cannot have touched another player. If it touches a player, we're going to call touch. Now, one thing about touches that line judges forget to look for are touches off of the block, okay? So let's say that the team on the other side of the court is hitting the ball and you see it touch this side as they go up to block. It touches the top of their hands and then lands out. We are going to call that as a touch. We're going to tell the R1 she touched the ball on this side. Even though the ball landed outward, the last player on this side of the team, she touched it first. So a touch doesn't always have to look like a shank off of a player. Let's say that that side serves the ball, she goes to pass it, it touches off of her and goes out. That is also a touch. But we need to watch for touches off the block as well. Now let's talk about the antenna. So in the game of volleyball, anytime the ball goes over the net, it has to be going over between the 2 antennas. So a ball is considered out if it touches the antenna at all, or if it goes on the outside of the antenna, it goes over the net. We are going to make the call antenna if it touches the antenna or if it goes on the outside of the antenna. What you need to remember is that there's an invisible line running all the way up to the ceiling with these antennas. So even though it's a really high ball, if it is outside of that invisible line space, we're still going to make that antenna call. Now let's talk about foot faulting with a serve. It is your responsibility as a line judge to watch their feet as they serve. Anytime you have a server come back here to serve, your eyes need to be on their feet as they go up to serve. Even if they slightly, barely step on that line, that is a foot fault and you need to call it. If you have a server who serves way over here in the corner, you have to step back off of this line, give them space to serve, keep an eye on their feet. As soon as they make contact, step back on and watch the ball. Sometimes you're gonna make a foot fault call and the ref is not gonna see you. You're gonna be standing over here like this for a long time and he's gonna let the ball play for a long time. It doesn't matter. You need to keep the call going, okay? It doesn't matter if he doesn't see you. She stepped on the line regardless, it's the other team's point. Even if he awards the point to them as well, you still need to make it known, no, she stepped on the line. Really wave that flag to get his attention. You might be doing the same thing with an antenna call as well. Keep the flag raised and keep waving it until you get the R1's attention. Let's talk about body posture when you're making line judge calls. All right, we want to be in this neutral position and we want to be paying attention. Sometimes it can be really tricky to get caught up in the play and watching the play go on, but we need to remember as line judges that it's our responsibility to watch the ball. Stay focused on the ball because you have to make a call where it landed. In, out, touch, antenna, or anything, you're making that call. Make sure you make your call definitively, all right? Don't just say in. No, you need to make a strong, definitive call, and you need to hold it until you make eye contact with the R1, and then you can step back into your neutral zone. Now, you are going to have people argue with you. You are going to have parents yell at you. That ball was out, that ball was out. No, ignore them, all right? You are a part of the working team. You are an official on this game. So you are in charge of making the calls. Sometimes you're gonna make mistakes. That's life, you're human. But if you are paying attention and have the correct posture and are focused in on this game and watching the ball, for the most part, you're gonna make the correct calls. You're the one who is right up on the line and can see exactly where it lands. The parents sitting over in the bleachers, they can't really have a good view on the ball. They can't really see where it lands. So to them, it might look like it landed out, but you saw it land on the line, so you called it in. Just ignore them if they're yelling at you. Stay focused and pay attention to the game. Let's talk about what you're supposed to do when there's a timeout. If your side has the ball and they are serving next after the timeout, they are going to give you the ball. You are going to hold on to the ball and you are going to walk to the center of the serving line. You're going to stand in that center part and wait with your ball until the timeout is done, and then you are going to walk back to your corner, okay? That's where the line judges go during a timeout. They stand in the center of the serving line. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope that you guys have learned a lot on how to be a great line judge during your club season. If you have any questions, please comment them below and I will answer them for you in the comments. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a super fun season and do your best. Bye!